Okay, welcome everybody. My name is Michael Camo. I'm director of content for T3 Live, and I'm here with JR Romero, who's also been called the Beethoven of day trading, as I heard him say in the Momentum Express VTF room. And we are here to talk about the reaction to today's CPI report. Allegedly, inflation is going down. I don't know about what you guys see out there, but I feel like I'm getting screwed every time I buy like an apple or a can of beans. So so JR, so we are seeing this sort of risk on environment after the CPI. Bitcoin's up, housing's up, biotech, semis, basically all of tech and the risky stuff. So what are you seeing out there in the world today?
Well, we often reference that line from the movie Rounders. If you're sitting around the poker table long enough to wonder who the mark is, you're the mark. We've been playing this game where we get the Department of Bureau of Labor Statistics data and Treasury Department data, and they pretend like the numbers aren't cooked, and we pretend like we don't think the numbers aren't cooked. And they know we know that they know that we know, but everyone just nods along and puts forth an analysis on data we all know is not really reliable. And so what you get is a sort of a strange black market of information where people believe the federal fund futures, the dollar, and the yields a lot more than they believe the data or the Fed. And it's not a good way to be, but it's what we have, right? To paraphrase Donald Rumsfeld there, you go to market with the data you have, not the data you want. And so, coming into the market yesterday, we saw the S&Ps and tech rip off of the Google data. And I was asking my room, who would take this market long on 60% higher volume on the daily average on the NASDAQ with a very full market breadth, thinking we're going to get rug pulled, right? So the answer is not a lot of people. And so we find ourselves in a market where really you just have to pay attention to what the chart says and what the market is doing and what key indicators are showing, and ignore the rest of the noise. And it's kind of sad because you want to believe the data as much as you can, but clearly that's not what we're getting.
Yeah, so that whole thing you said about sort of everybody kind of being in on the weird joke. It's like that old communist joke, we pretend to work and you pretend to pay us. I'm sure we can rework that into what's going on with the inflation situation. Okay, so I saw it looked like NVIDIA was one of the big winners in the Momentum Express VTF today. It's up about 3%, going hard. Do you still like NVIDIA?
Yeah, I think it's retesting all-time highs in short order.
Okay, are there other names you like in this environment?
I like the chips. I like tech, and I think we're going to have a broad-based rally in the S&P. If you pull up the chart, the chart of 2010, it looks eerily similar to this chart. We had this is our 10th update in the S&Ps into all-time highs. I think we're going to get a measured move higher, and then hang on to your pantaloons, Michael. I think we're going lower. So,
okay,
short-term lower.
So you think short-term lower and then ultimately higher?
Yeah. So SPX. Now, I've been saying this for a while. Of course, we have 54 and 5,700 as our targets. But I do believe that once our 618 extension is 56.29, our full measured move is even higher. But once we actually complete the measured move off the base of our cup here on the weekly SPX, I believe we're going to do something very similar to what we did in 2010. So
okay, so I mean, 2010 was basically the start of a whole new bull market. Do you think we are sort of at the cusp? I mean, the short-term movements aside, do you think we are on the cusp of like another multi-year bull market?
well, this is the old, there's some semantic overload there, right? Are we talking about cyclical or secular? We never left the secular bull market. Cyclically, yes, absolutely. I mean, look at the SPX weekly chart. This looks like it's going much higher. I've been saying this for months now.
Yeah. Everybody out there, JR's been saying pretty consistently that he's thought the market is going higher. So what about the small caps? Because it seems like a lot of people are bracing for, or they're waiting for this eventual real breakout in IWM. So what do you see with the small caps?
I don't care. They're not paying the bills. If they're not paying the bills, I don't care. The IWM has been dead money for how long now? Look up the weekly chart of the IWM. You've been in a range since 2022. There really are of no consequence to me. But the kind of opportunities we're looking at every day in the market, the IWM, other than day trading opportunities, is totally relevant. And it looks to me like we're going to be in a higher interest rate environment for many years. So it doesn't seem to me like the Russell is where I want to be putting my money in long term.
Okay,
not with the kind of growth we're seeing in large cap names.
Okay, so I think that speaks to something philosophically. I mean, because it seems like a lot of people out there are trying to watch everything at once. Like, there's a lot of people that have an opinion on gold and biotech and small caps, energy, et cetera, et cetera. Do you think it's better to just focus on whatever is in play at the moment?
Well, I'm a day trader, Michael, so I would say yes. I want to trade what's going roaringly higher or lower. I want volatility, breadth, volume, and very strong moves in either direction. So yeah, I mean, we constantly look at energy, financials, tech, of course, and everything else. So yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So like, what? Just so people out there understand, like, are you like 80 to 90% day trading? Like, because when you because if you self-identify as a day trader, like more specifically, how much of your activity is actually day trading?
I'd say probably 70% of my activity is day trading. It depends on the stage of the market, right? So this morning, for example, we bought NVIDIA near the open around the 526 handle, and our target was 943.50, which is exactly where it went to before it pulled back. Now it's forming a really nice ascending triangle for that second leg completion to 950. But I try to be as precise as I can in as short a time frame as I can when I'm playing momentum day trades. When the market has given us a pullback or has initiated a new sequence as we did today, then I get really aggressive with the swing trades. But when we're consolidating, pulling back, digesting, or in a range, I really don't like the swing trade. It's a formula for getting chopped up.
Okay, all right. So we have to. JR is about to catch a flight, so we have to let him go in just a couple of minutes. So we're gonna end with something a little off the beaten path. Now, JR, why inside the Momentum Express VTF? Why is everybody obsessed with Jean-Luc Picard?
He's the patron saint of news flow.
Explain.
Well, if you're a day trader, you're inherently superstitious. That goes without saying. It's like day traders, hockey players, and I don't know, aviators, World War II aviators. it's a way to have a little fun during the day, lighten the mood, and call on the patron saint of news flow to rain positive news flow upon us so things can finally move. It's just a way to have fun, and we're big Star Trek fans, so it just works.
Okay, guys, if you want to join the JR's Starship, you can go to t3live.com/JRLive. These are some comments from today. NVIDIA was a big winner. Somebody even declared JR the best room leader in Idaho history. And I think I might be breaking some legal rules, but I will say JR is the #1 trader in Idaho in the entire state.
Hey, no. Careful, because Derek Olden Smith is my neighbor. He lives in Idaho too. So don't start a war.
I can, since Derek is not on here, I can say it. JR is #1 in Idaho. Oh, everybody always remember that. Okay, guys, if you want to join JR, you can go to t3live.com/JRLive, and you can join him for just $49. And JR, I promised I would get you out of here by 12:14. So we are done, guys. We'll be back next week we'll be on for at least 2 hours next week. Everybody have a wonderful day. Good luck out there.
Thank you, Michael. Have a great one, guys.